The following program is not for children. Okay, I want to get some things straight before we even jump into the movie itself because, bruh, this is the worst media discourse I have seen for anything outside of God War Lafe. Bruh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so first off, James Gunn did not make this movie. He directed and wrote Superman. Supergirl was written by a dude named Craig Giuseppe, I think, and written by a woman named Anna Negregro. Sorry if I butchered that. Only thing James Gunn did to this movie was produce it. And second, bruh, the discourse was so tiresome. Every single day after this was announced, anti-woke grift here, anti-woke grift there. Wokeness, feminist slop, even when the movie didn't come out, and now you got people making fucking AI generated thumbnails of like James Gunn crying and like the movie bombing when it didn't even have to do that bad. And second, like all the bullshit that Elisa Alcock was getting online. No, I mean Millie Alcock. Sorry, my bad. Like, you got niggas saying that, like, oh, she's ugly, or she's a feminist, or she's not hot enough to be Supergirl, which I get, okay, look, I understand. In the comic, Supergirl is a fucking bombshell. So she looks like a straight out a corn store and some things. But Amelia Alcock don't even look that bad in the suit. In fact, this is probably the most comic accurate Supergirl design we've gotten in live action. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of a judgmental review of Supergirl. No, it is not about wokeness or feminist slop. Whatever the fuck those two things mean. Now then, Supergirl is the second film in the DCU, and it's a follow-up to last year's Superman. Now, I didn't make a review of Superman because I didn't have the channel at the time when it was released, but yeah. It's not my favorite Superman movie or my favorite DC movie, but yeah, it's definitely a good start. Definitely had my funniest Lex Luthor. The best Lex Luthor I still think is a DC AU for obvious reasons, but bruh, that Lex Luthor was so damn funny. Professional hater. Superman and Lois had a wholesome relationship that wasn't just Lois bossing him around all the time, which was refreshing to see. Not only that, but it's really nice seeing Superman making dad jokes like how he's supposed to do. Supergirl is supposed to be the inverse of Superman. Superman fights for truth, justice, the American way. Supergirl's like truth, justice, and whatever. This movie is based off of the comic Supergirl Woman Tomorrow. At least it's supposed to be. We'll get into that in a bit. So first off, I do like the idea of this being kind of an inverse Superman. Because so many people think that Supergirl is just a feminine version of Superman, which... no, it's like how niggas say that Miles Morales is a race swap of Peter Parker, which isn't true. And I do like Supergirl's vibe. Superman grew up with parents, like, they both were from Krypton and they're cousins. How Superman landed on Earth, he got adopted by new parents, he got a wife, and in the comics, him and Lois Lane have a child and Connor Kent, who is Superboy. Lois Lane isn't pregnant yet with Superboy. However, we got a Teen Titans movie most likely on the way, so it's highly likely that Superboy is going to make an appearance. I hope that he does. Meanwhile, Supergirl was just raised in space by herself in crypto, so she pretty much has this attitude of, "The main bitches killed her life, fucking live your life. Bad bitches in Hawaii, on with ice. 10 bad bitches on my side, make them on my right. Spoken on the finest China, she like China white." Okay, that's just Chris Brown. So, Supergirl made a little cameo at the end of Superman where she was drunk and she actually burst through the Fortress of Solitude to get crypto back. And here, Supergirl is trying to go to the Red Sun planet so that way she can party, get wasted, and forget about her problems on Krypton because, you know, Krypton got fucked. How this gang of villains that I forgot because they were forgettable show up, led by this nigga, and they kidnap Crypto or do something bad to him. So now Supergirl needs to fight this ugly ass dude with the help of Lobo. Lobo wasn't in the original comic. Here he's played by Jason Momoa. And it's Jason Momoa as Jason Momoa. Yeah, he also played Aquaman, the DC EU, and yeah, it's just bro playing himself, just like with Aquaman. Right, he's loud and obnoxious. He's a biker. He has greasy hair from the '80s. Jason Momoa. Yeah, I got nothing much to say about Lobo. I'm not that invested in Lobo's character, but yeah, it's just bro playing himself. Just like Superman, I like the effects in this movie, especially with space. Space in DC movies never feels so gorgeous. It looks gorgeous here. Some people saying that this was Diet Guardians in the Galaxy, and I don't think that every single movie that James Gunn makes is Guardians of the Galaxy, but yeah, there's definitely some Guardians of the Galaxy S to this, even though again he did not make this movie. The biggest problem with this movie, however, is yeah, this is some NyQuil. Like, we already had crypto and danger in the last Superman movie, so it's not really surprising here. The humor doesn't really work here. Like with Superman from last year, the humor was mainly held up by Lex Luthor. Here, Millie Alcock is okay in the role. She definitely has the best Supergirl on screen design, but that's about it. Like any other kind of humor you get in this movie comes from kind of like the James Gunn-esque humor or Jason Momoa playing Jason Momoa. It's not really like the comic, because Superman comics and Supergirl comics are bright and vibrant. This feels like what they did with the DCEU with making Superman fucking dull and bland and this fucking godlike figure. Which is weird because I do like the idea of a young rebellious Supergirl. She grew without parents and she's an all-powerful alien goddess, so it makes much more sense. Like, even if you don't want to go with like this kind of design, I still think it should be more appealing. And I don't want to get into too much spoiler territory because the movie just came out. And even then, I just don't really remember much about this movie to begin with because it was just boring. It's fine. Amelia Alcock is fine. Story's fine. Villain is whatever. He's not really going to be remembered. It's just okay. People were definitely overhating this thing when it came out. Well, before it even came out, I should say, because this movie wasn't even fucking out yet. It had like 200 anti-critic videos. It's just okay. It exists. Like, it's not the worst thing ever. Sure as hell isn't the best thing ever, but it's like the Morning Galaxy movie. It's okay. Still doesn't warrant fucking 2,000 anti-woke gripping videos about how James Gunn ruined Supergirl or this is woke garbage when it's just okay. It's not like the Suicide Squad. Like, the Suicide Squad trilogy with Margot Robbie was a fucking war crime against humanity. And Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman movies were just the most embarrassing shit ever put to screen. This is just a generic buddy comedy movie. Not much more for me to say. So yeah, I guess check it out. You like Supergirl, but I don't know. I think I'm just stick to the original comic version. Because, I don't know, it just kind of didn't hit for me.